All right, we are back. We are back. Episode 12 of the Brotherhood of Wrestling podcast. I am your host, Mello. And guess what? We have a full house. I'm sure y'all are excited. We have not only Kareem here.
Hey guys, I'm back.
You gotta have some more enthusiasm than that. You gotta be a little bit more excited.
I know everyone was expecting the promo of the century, but right now I am in pain. So that is all I can muster for right now. But it's good to see everyone. It's good to see the show hasn't went down in flames since my absence. Shout out Kukai, shout out Mello, especially Mello, for taking the host and writing the scripts up. Proud of that man, like for real.
Thank you, thank
For
you,
real.
thank you. It's more work to be done. So I might as well bring my other co-host that has been holding it down with me all the way from Oregon. Kokai!
Let's have a Mad Dog match.
Oh, God.
Tomohiro Ishii.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kokai, how you feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling very good. I'm feeling very good. We've got not one, but two pay-per-views in order to cover tonight.
Yes, yes. Yes, we do. Can't wait to get into that. And my brother from Chicago, the one and only, Chase.
What's going on, everybody? How you feeling, man? It's so good to see my brothers back in the spot again. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We glad to have you. How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm feeling lovely, man.
That's great. That's great. And last but not least, all the way from St. Louis, Trevor.
I said my name right. I appreciate that.
I did not. You said I didn't? I'm so sorry.
You did.
He did. He said,
"Oh,
did.
Okay. Oh, I was saying. I'm sure it's not Trevor. Look, guys, it's not Trevor. If you say Trevor, we will DDT you. It's Trevor. All right, with a B. All right.
Now, before y'all get started, I just started. I will go ahead and let y'all know a very important holiday has just passed. And I'm not talking about Thanksgiving. I'm talking about my birthday, of course.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It was on Thursday. Brother enjoyed himself, man. Just took some time off, man. Enjoyed Thanksgiving with a few friends and whatnot, family members. And I just want to say I'm thankful for another year. And thankful for the brotherhood, man. This group of brothers, man. You guys are an elite group of brothers that have extensive knowledge on wrestling, and love you all, man. Start out, put that on the air right there. Bam.
We love you too, man. First of all, happy belated birthday. We hope you enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Hope you kept the drink into a maximum.
No, I don't. No, I don't drink, bro.
No, but
no, I'll drink, brother.
Thank you for mentioning that we're an elite cast, and that's a great segue into our first pay-per-view that we want to review. I'm sure we have a lot of thoughts going into our Full Gear, I guess.
We're doing a long pay-per-view first.
We're gonna do the long pay-per-view because I got a lot for Survivor Series. We will just be reviewing Full Gear pay-per-view that happened last Saturday, and then we are reviewing Survivor Series, which happened yesterday. So we're excited, and I want to just start it off by with Saraya versus Britt Baker. That's what I want to start it off with that. Saraya versus Britt Baker.
First of all, shout out to Britt Baker for wrestling safe, especially for it being Saraya's first match back. God, I know everyone was worried about that neck.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them spots we were just like, please God, don't kill this woman. But she made it through. Clearly, there's still some ring rust, but for the first time in years, solid. Now, I'm going to full disclaimer. I did not watch Full Gear in full. I caught highlights. Life, it was very busy. but I did catch up to some of the things that I cared about. I did not care for all the matches personally, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy being one of them.
Oh, the Kurt Jerker was one of the better matches.
I'm so sorry. Not a fan of Jungle Boy, not a fan of Luchasaurus. So sorry.
And it was
let me tell you why. You are a hypocrite, brother. You are a hypocrite.
How?
Let me tell you why. Because when I first started off ragging on AEW in its inception, I used to say how I was not pleased with Jungle Boy. I used to say how Jungle Boy was not it. He didn't have the it factor. I didn't know what the it was, but he just didn't have it. And y'all would go in on me. Oh, Jungle Boy.
Let me tell you something. I never once said that hold on, Chase. I never said once that I was a fan of Jungle Boy. I just said he was over with the audience, which he is. Yes. I was personally never a fan. I hated the song. I was never a fan of him. But
hold on. If I remember correctly, it was almost unanimous, Chase, that we all thought that Jungle Jack, or whichever name they want to use with him, was we didn't like it. We still don't like it. They are over with the crowd. It was a great curtain jerker, okay? And it was the classic best friends breakup. But it was good. He won by submission. That's the only way that character was going to be able to win by submission. It was a legitimate break open. It wasn't by blade. It wasn't even planned. He still worked with it. They made it work. It was beautiful. It was a great match. I give it an 8 out of 10. It was okay. And especially when it comes down to a Jungle Boy match, it was better than most.
I agree. I think the Jungle Boy match, and I know we just really got off Saraya versus
it was quick. It did what it need. Saraya versus Britt Baker did what it needed to do.
I did. As far as that match, I did enjoy how they teased the neck injury. That's what I did enjoy. Going into the curtain jerker, it's a solid 8 out of 10 for me too, but it would have been a solid 9 out of 10. I did not like the finish. I'd rather Luchasaurus been pinned clean than tapping out to
because it doesn't look right for someone of Jungle Boy stature to tap out a big man. He ain't no Benoit.
Especially when you see that the submission was not fully in as it can be.
And since when do we make monsters tap out?
We don't. They always get pinned. A monster only gets tapped out by another monster.
There it is. There is that one time though in history, and we had to damn near erase it. There was that one time Kurt made Kane tap.
I mean, it's Kurt freaking Angle though. Kurt is the exception. Perk Angle will always be the exception.
You said Perk Angle.
Perk Angle will always be the exception. The only two exceptions to someone smaller submitting someone bigger will be Kurt Angle and Benoit. That's
Chris Jericho, when he was hot in the way with his Walls of Jericho.
Jericho sort of kind of, but I give it a more so Benoit because Benoit was brutal.
Very good. But here's what I'm saying. I'm not just saying a big man. I'm saying a monster. It's the difference between a big man and a monster.
Yeah.
So the fact that we have Luchasaurus, who is the portrayed monster here.
Yeah. And tapped out. It makes him look weak. I get what you're saying.
It makes him look very weak.
Not just a small person. I mean, not just a non-vicious person, but a small person too. There's no viciousness in Jungle.
It makes him look soft.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're downgrading your monster character.
Yeah. It doesn't really help them both in the long run. Even though storyline wise, it's great. Jungle Boy got one over on Luchasaurus, and now he's going after Christian. This story has been going on for a long time now.
Absolutely.
And it's not what I'm personally invested in. That's why I said I don't personally care for it, on top of me not being a Jungle Boy fan. But if it popped the crowd, fine.
It popped the crowd. They made their money. I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm in agreement with you, but what is it? The Chris Rock thing? I didn't say I agree, but I understand.
Yeah.
Yep, that's basically what it
Moving
was.
on from this match. Moving on from this match. What else?
We have the Death Triangle, Pac, Penta El Medio, and Ray Phoenix versus the Elite.
AKA the match that was good but made me cringe at the same time. And this is in particular due to the fan base. The same fan base who was cheering for one man to come back, all of a sudden turn on that same man. It goes back to the words of Daniel Bryan, the one word he called wrestling fans.
Fickle.
Fickle. Fickle.
Yeah, I agree.
Fickle.
Very fickle.
Because these guys were singing praises. They were for 9 years. They wanted CM Punk to come back to the ring. Granted, Full Gear was in Chicago, was it not? Or where was it? It was in Chicago.
I believe it was in Chicago.
And these same fans who were shouting CM Punk for 9 years are now saying FCM Punk.
Yes, they did.
Yep.
That is the most fickle, hypocritical thing ever. And I'm not saying you're not allowed to be marks for the Elite. Go by all means. But to turn around and say screw the guy who got you your first mill. Granted, again, everything that CM Punk did at the media scrum, we discussed this before, I'm not a fan of. But the Elite were also to blame, and Tony not getting a handle on the situation, and then how they've handled everything since then, I'm not a fan of. But you don't get to turn on the man who bought you $1 million house.
Well, to their credit, Full Gear was their second $1 million house.
But that's thanks to MJF.
But CM Punk ain't nowhere to be found.
Huh?
CM Punk ain't nowhere to be found.
CM Punk ain't nowhere to be found, but this is their second. Who got them to the? No one talks about the second $1 million house, and this is no disrespect to MJF. This is no disrespect to the Elite. But Minister Abdul Sharif said it the first time. They don't talk about the second time you did. They talk about the first. MJF didn't do it the first time. The Elite did not do it the first time. CM Punk bought them their first mill.
I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah. Granted, they did it themselves the second time around, which is great. But
and they should do a third.
And it was well earned and well deserved. But you don't get to crap on the man that bought you the first one.
And to be fair, to make it clear to the audience, he's not talking about the wrestlers. He's talking about the fans. The fans that are clearly turning their back on not only CM Punk, not only the person that brought AEW their first house, but also a hometown favorite. And for even Kenny Omega and the Elites to come out and to say it's not about the scrum, forget about what even happened on the scrum. It's nothing but good vibes. Tony Khan, the Elite, and Kenny Omega has said this themselves, that we are only thinking about the positive when it comes to CM Punk.
Okay. And then they go on a troll throughout the whole match. The whole match.
Which was for video game, and you already know that's my criticism of the Young Bucks. For a video game match, this one was coherent. Okay. And the finish actually was logical.
Yes.
Especially since this is a 1 out of 7.
Best of 7. Yep. And also playing into the video game wrestling and the CM Punk references all throughout. There have been reports saying that Tony Khan and AEW execs have decided to not buy out CM Punk's contract, which may possibly, this is not confirmed, which may possibly lead to an amending of parties and CM Punk coming back after his injury. This is not confirmed.
In the name of Elon Musk management,
and if they it's amazing because.
But here's the thing: if CM Punk does come back, he's going to be a heel.
He have to be.
It makes no sense to come back.
He has no choice. He turned heel at the media scrum.
Yep, he has to be.
The reason to bring him back, though.
That part. Why?
No, I disagree. I disagree. It is a reason to bring him back.
How?
For what?
Because we never got the CM Punk versus MJF match that we supposed to
Okay,
get.
so
That's
so
enough
here's
to
the
bring
thing.
them back.
Here's the thing. Let's get that out of there and then get them out of it.
I
no,
mean,
how about we
you
not
have
do-
actually, it's not one, but two storylines. All that drama that happened between him and the Elite as well.
How does
That
that
Him and
play
Kenny,
out?
him and Kenny
Hold on.
Omega can
Hold on.
definitely have a great match.
If
Yep.
he comes back, he's got to go through the Elite and deal with them and the execs. Okay. And what I'm not even going to do this. I'm not even going to entertain this. That's what I'm going to do. We're not going to entertain
you
the booking.
started. You are entertaining this.
And not entertain this.
I
Let's
mean,
stay on track, right?
you're
We
right.
got this pay-per-view. We got the current pay-per-view to go through, which was the second $1 million house, as well as their third pay-per-view for the year, right? Because the AEW pay-per-views, their big four is Double or Nothing, All Out, Full Gear number 3, and then Revolution. So let's get through this Full Gear.
I got you. That was just something I'm dropping because right now they're just reports. Nothing is confirmed. Punk has said nothing. Tony has said nothing. We can only wait.
Dirt sheets. This is dirt sheet.
Yeah. But I just wanted to drop that in there because originally it was that they were going to buy out his contract.
Correct.
Yeah.
But if they don't and it expires and he still has the quote unquote wrestling bug, the E probably don't want him. He'll probably go to
No,
other
the
places.
The
He'll
E
probably go to
confirmed
other,
that they don't want him. They confirmed it already.
they
Right.
don't want him and they don't need him. If we're
Right.
being
Okay, now
So
No.
to say,
nice way. Hold on, nice segue into people who got background or back in the house, back of the house drama. Jade Cargill, Bow Wow. Because the third matchup is Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose, and it was a nice outfit that the sister came out to the TBS champion.
Tara,
But the in-ring ability has got to improve past Elevation or Dark, because that's the same level that she's bringing, and
Yeah.
she's on the main roster right now.
Yeah.
I agree.
You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. You don't know anything about Jade Cargill.
Would you say Jade Cargill is AEW's Ronda Rousey?
Easy,
Blasphemous.
easy.
Shut your faces. I'll slap you all.
Because
Okay, she didn't hurt
Nyla-
nobody this time. I'm glad she didn't hurt nobody. But Nyla carried her and her limited move set throughout the entire, and she couldn't sell worth a damn.
You asshole.
which is the only difference between this match and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey. That's
Oh,
the
good
only
one
difference.
too.
Because Shotzi could not carry Ronda Rousey at all, and that
Right.
match just stunk up.
Are we seriously doing this right now?
What do you mean?
She
Well,
can do one
before
heck of a
look,
pose.
before we get into, because we're going to get into the Survivor Series. 'Cause like I said, I'm sure it's a lot of thoughts
Gotcha.
on that. That's coming the second hour. So
Thank
please
you for
hold
keeping
those
us
thoughts.
organized, Mello. I'm so proud of you. Look at
Hold
the
those
whole
thoughts.
steering.
Let's go into Jay versus
Look at
Nyla Rose,
look
and
at
let's just see.
I'm
Let's
so
see
proud.
as far as the match, because it's obvious that none of us really enjoyed the match. None of us is going to rate this match over a 6.5 over 10. You know,
You'd be lucky to get a 4 or a 5.
About to say,
yeah. So to me, it was a 5 out of 10. But this is my question I'm gonna pose to y'all on this match. What's next for Jade Cargill? Do we feel like Bow Wow will be enough?
No, what's next for Jade Cargill is no more daylight when you do a move. Okay, how about that? I actually want to see you do clean kicks instead of, you did one clean kick in the entire match. Okay, 2, work on yourselves. It may be that you need to get hit for real, so that it actually looks like you got hit.
You're really going in on this black.
I hope Bow Wow drop kicks.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. I got coke guys. Let me get
Trevor.
Hey Trevor, let me get what you think on the match.
Oh,
And what's next for Jay?
the match gave me AIDS.
Oh,
Wow.
What? Oh.
All right, hold on.
The sister can't. The sister, she looks very good. She has the she has the look, she has the panache, but she doesn't have the ability yet. She needs to work.
And what's crazy is Daniel Bryan is supposedly training her.
He being too damn
What?
nice.
Daniel
Correct.
Bryan is
May I
training Jade
speak?
Cargill.
Yes. Yeah. Oh
May I
no,
speak?
Chase. No, Chase. I have you, Kareem, because Kareem seems in between with the match versus the other two being
May I
totally opposite. I did. I mean, look, Chase. I got you. I got you at the. I just you last because
So-
you're for it.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. Jade does have everything that Trevor said, but the fact that Daniel Bryan is training her and it's not translating in the ring, it suggests that something is wrong.
Hmm.
Yes.
Something is wrong.
Chase.
Someone needs
Your
to
thought.
beat her. Someone needs to beat her, have all the baddies turn on her, and send her back to Dark and Elevation. She needs to be trained. I'm sorry.
Right off
So
the
sorry.
script.
I'm
Right
so
off
sorry.
the main.
I'm sorry.
I am
Chase.
utterly-
Yeah, Chase. I'm gonna say I know you got a lot to say on that, so let's hear this.
All of it's going to be sexually oriented because we know why he likes Jade Cargill. So let him
That
get
is
it out the way.
cold-blooded,
Let's
man.
hear
You
it though.
can have
Hold on.
some
Let's hear it though. Let's hear it.
wrestling points.
First of all, I am utterly shocked
Here you
and
go.
offended.
Here you go.
You all will believe that my remarks will be sexually oriented.
Because they mostly are, but go off.
Come on, man.
We have to keep in mind that Jay
in mind.
Cargill, what, 6'2",
Okay.
roughly?
Uh-huh.
That's beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Number one. Number two, y'all got to keep in mind how she was brought in as. She was brought in as the modern day Goldberg. You know what I'm saying?
She's 41 and 0 now.
Yep, what do
41
you want to
and 0.
know? Got it.
Keep
Uh-huh.
going.
He's made to be unbeatable, seem indestructible.
Uh-huh.
How much sales do you really want an indestructible person to do? Think about it. Just think about it.
Enough for me to believe that they got hit.
Why?
Here's
If we're trying to push them as indestructible.
It was
Here's what
HBK
the issue
level
is.
overkill.
There's no problem with Jade Cargill being indestructible. It's that here's the difference between her and Goldberg. Goldberg actually had some wrestling skills. Not much, but enough to be believable.
No, see, I have to chime in right there. I
No, he
disagree. I disagree
No, he didn't.
You don't
because
think so?
it's I don't
No, he
Goldberg couldn't let he had nothing but the physique and the powerful finishes. It's really all
Name
he
one
had.
memorable.
But he landed some stuff though. Jay
Name
looks
one
so
memorable
sloppy in the
Goldberg
ring.
match.
Okay, let me specify. Not wrestling, because clearly that was the wrong word. He's not a technical wrestler of the sort. Goldberg
Not
is
in
not.
way, shape, or
So
form.
let me specify. Goldberg, even though he could not wrestle, all of his stuff was impactful, and everyone looked forward to him squashing people. Right now, let's go to Jade Cargill. None of Cargill's stuff actually lands, save for that one kick. It looks sloppy. If you're going to be undefeatable, fine, but actually look like you're brutalizing the opponent.
Mhm.
And here's the problem with the Nyla Rose match. That was supposed to be the match where you were supposed to actually be slugging it out. Nyla ain't no small person.
Agreed.
Nope. Strong style.
Here's the thing though, but to pick the match apart because of a few, I mean not a few, but that one kick that y'all that we're saying
That's
that's
the only
sloppy.
kick she did good in the whole.
It's the only thing
8
she's
minute
ever
match.
been able to
So-
land in the match.
So
And it's
for where
like-
I'm getting, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kareem.
I said it's the only thing she was able to do in the match. And it'd be different if she's still like she wasn't a champion and she didn't have so many undefeated wins and she wasn't getting trained by one of the best wrestlers who was trained by another great wrestler. She was trained by the same man that got trained by William Regal.
Come
So
on,
how
man.
did so name one time that has translated to greatness.
What?
Name one time that because you have a name wrestler.
Your inner Ultimate Warrior.
Chris Jericho got trained in the Bret Hart family dungeon.
It didn't translate to him
Dude,
being
Same, huh?
Stop.
Chris Benoit got trained by the
Stop.
in the Hart family dungeon.
Oh, stop right there. That did not translate to Jericho being a great technical wrestler though.
It's believable.
I-
It
I don't
translated
care.
to be
I don't care. I don't care what you
25-year
say.
career.
It did
Wait,
not translate.
You
He
don't
was
care,
the
which
main
means
event.
you don't agree, which means it's an opinion and not a fact.
No, wait, Chase. See, just Chase. I'm actually
Name one
with you.
technically sound match.
Hold on.
Chris
Wait.
Jericho had.
1 second.
Wait,
1
we're
second.
talking
I'll
about
wait.
Jay
Hold
Cargill.
on. Chase, I agree with you. I agree with you. But I'm from what I'm hearing them say, it seems it's more of the quality versus the quantity. It's more of, okay, we know that you're a cyborg, this cyborg woman that's meant to not be defeated. But at this juncture of your championship run, we need you to start actually putting on some pain on people now. We need you. I don't think it's more. Just wait. I don't think it's necessarily about her selling because, like you said, she's supposed to be
Undefeated.
undefeated
Mhm.
and hard to take down.
Mhm.
But to reference what Kareem said, in this particular match, you're going against a former two-time champion, and you're going against she's a bigger girl. You
I
can't just
agree.
do her like you did everyone else. So I feel like what was missing in this match really was it looked choreographed instead of actually slugging.
Correct. They didn't even
So-
they botched the spots. That's
So,
what that's
my
what
question is,
Botched a lot.
what were y'all
Right,
looking
that
for?
was
Y'all
the
was looking
problem.
for wrist locks, more technically
No,
sound moves?
No.
Because see,
No. It was sloppy. See, it's the sloppiness.
here's
I
my
want to hear
thing.
what you're saying.
I mean,
Y'all
I
keep-
think okay.
y'all keep bringing
Chase.
Hold on, let him get it out. Hold on, let him get it out.
Go
real
ahead. Go
quick.
ahead, Chase. Go ahead.
y'all keep bringing up the fact that she was trained by Daniel Bryan, and I get it. So because he's a technical wrestler and that's his style, hers is smash mouth.
That's not what I'm saying. That's
Let
not.
me finish.
Oh, wait.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I'm saying that she's 6'2" and has been portrayed as a smash mouth beast. That's her style. That's her lane.
Yo,
Y'all
Chase,
look-
that's not what we're saying though. We're not saying train her to be a technical wrestler. I'm sorry. I got to reiterate again. We're not saying train Daniel Bryan training her does not mean training her in his style. Like giving her the basics to put on a proper wrestling match when you're put against someone of the same stature as her, damn near. It's not Ember Moon. It's not Britt Baker. It's not small women. With the smaller women, Jade can get away with it.
What are y'all looking for? That's the question I'm looking at. What are y'all looking for?
Immovable, irresistible force meets the immovable object. Why wasn't the storyline everything that Jay Cargill could do?
That female match was supposed to be the equivalent of big meaty men.
Correct. Could have been strong style of some kind.
It was supposed to be, but it ended up being sloppy. It wasn't like her match with Nyla was supposed to be the equivalent of Sheamus versus Gunther.
Yep. Yes.
It wasn't supposed to be technical, and I think that's where you got confused. You were thinking us saying no, we're not saying be trained in that exact same style. No, you have a professional trainer, and that training that you're getting to at least get the basics down. It's like you training me in the basics of martial arts, and I take that to a tournament, and my performance is so sloppy. It was like, yo, this man got trained by Chase.
Right.
That don't look right. It can't be. Chase, you trained this guy?
Even if they did just drills.
Yeah.
Nope, not me. I dare to deny it to them.
Not me.
And you see, you don't want to take credit for that. So
Bear witness now.
It's weird. It's weird when you see, and I mentioned Regal as well, because Regal trained Daniel. And I'm like, you got basically two people who have a great wrestling background. And no, I'm not saying she has to be a technical wrestler. No. But you at least got to have a good foundation set. And her match is showing that her foundation is not set. She's got a long way to go.
So you all think the next step would be to drop her back to Dark or Elevation?
No. I think that's.
Well,
I honestly
that
think
may
that's
have been
ludicrous.
too harsh. I was over.
Yeah, that's ludicrous.
But she's got to show some change soon. She's got to.
It's getting to her title reign where she has to show some sort of range in her ability. And to bring up,
if she gets put in the ring with someone who can actually wrestle circles around her, God forbid they be the same size. it's gonna expose her.
Correct.
And
So-
people already talking crap about her on the internet. I'm sorry.
Correct.
No, you're fine.
So, in my humble opinion, the next move for her against popular belief, I believe that she should be given a title shot for the women's title. I think she should be Cargill 2 belts, and I believe that she should drop one of her belts, which is the TBS, of course, to one of her baddies, and we end up seeing a great match between. I'm trying to think who could put between her and Athena for the world title.
Athena needs work too. Athena needs work still too.
That's why they got her on Elevation.
She's
But
doing
this
a
what-
good job, but she needs work too. No,
So this is what we're gonna do. We gonna
Athena's got the in-ring skills, but she doesn't have the charisma.
or
So that's why you leave
That's
her
why-
as a heel
My
and let
skills.
Jade. You bump Jade up to face status, especially since you beat Nyla and she already got a follow. You know what I'm saying?
no, but you're not hearing the in-ring ability. Again, okay, anyway. Can we move on to the
So
next?
look, we're going to segue. We're going, and that's why we're
Yeah.
going to
We can go forever on this.
Jade Cargill will be a future topic. Granted, she will be a future topic because to me, she's having a carrying cross effect right now.
Yeah.
But to segue
Bianca
into the next
Belair.
match.
Bianca Belair is everything Jill Cargill wishes she could be. And
Correct. Because again, you got to be able to tell a story in the ring. And as long as you don't have that basic psychology down, you're going to have problems. Translate it over.
Bianca Belair is everything Jade Cargill should be. And then
Yes.
some.
Yes.
Future
And-
topic though. Wait. But future topic. That's going to be a future
Right.
topic.
No
All
problem.
right.
We're going to segue. We're
I won't
going to
say no more.
segue into the match that her trainer was in. The match that her trainer is in. We have the Ring of Honor World Championship match featuring the champion himself,
Le Champion.
the great Chris Jericho
Y
the
to
great
J.
Daniel Bryan versus Claudio versus Sammy Guevara, which was personally my favorite match of the night. So I'm gonna
Match was
start.
a banger.
I'm gonna start it. Let me start
was
it
a
just
banger.
by. I got a couple things I want to say about this match in particular. For one, I love the teasers. You can tell that all are vets, and Sammy Guevara's fit right in. The storytelling within the match was superb. The teasers of turning your back on your partner was superb. The teamwork between both the partners that was in there to make, which was, it looked like you would forget it was a fatal 4-way because it was a tag team for a minute. Superb. Only gripe I have with every person in this match, really, I don't even have every person in this match, is one person. Claudio. He needs promo classes. If there's anybody you want to send to Elevation or Dark, it's him. And it's just because of, I don't believe you when you talk.
Why?
You have, and Claudio, if you see this, look, I understand you have an accent, cool. I understand that you have a certain hitman stature about yourself, cool. But when you're going after a championship belt and you're trying to get the crowd to
You know what?
you have to have some emotions.
You know what would help Claudio? Lean into the accent. Gunther doesn't speak native English. His English is pretty good, but he usually breaks out into his native language, which has gotten him over as a massive heel, along with obviously the slapping. Claudio is Swiss. He can speak French. Turn him heel. Have him lean into the accent and speak his native tongue and being disrespectful. It's hard to get him over as a face. And the most reason people like him as a face, it's not even because of the wrestling. It's because of his, and if we're being honest, it's because of his affiliation with Xavier Woods, Adam Cole, and Tyler Breeze from Up, Up, Down, Down. That's part of why he has some sort of a fan base, but it's not huge. Him as a face is not cutting it.
I never got it.
Back when he debuted on SmackDown many years ago, he debuted as a heel. stole Teddy Long's secretary. Have him play into his French, Swiss and French background, and make him,
Here's the thing,
because he's got the ability. So.
the ability. He reminds me of Benoit. Believe it or not, he's very serious. You're not gonna get a whole lot of flash and flare out of him on the stick. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know what I'm saying? However, what I believe would help, you know what I'm saying, is his ability. If he switches it up first of all and plays more into that serious role of no nonsense. I think he should study a few Canadians and just great wrestlers, because Canadians they really know how to get into that serious role.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did it anyway. I agree. I wouldn't be surprised if he was doing it. Hey, take record. The first time ever I've actually agreed with Chase on something.
Well, I'm about to say, hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Happen often. But yes, I wouldn't be surprised if he was doing that already, because he has a good wrestling background. He just needs to fine-tune it a little bit. And I really think he should play on his Swiss and French speaking, because people hate that stuff, especially quote unquote dumb, stupid Americans.
Wow.
They hate it.
Wow.
Let him play on there.
So on Rampage, he can get his time in doing promos. Because they don't do promos on Elevation or Dark. They just do hours in front of the crowd.
He needs a moment. The same thing they gave Christian when Christian came back and was antagonizing Jungle Boy. He needs at least 3 weeks straight just cutting promos.
And you know what they should do? Remember when Asuka and Io were going back and forth in Japanese, and their Japanese actually sounds very different because it's a rivalry between Tokyo and Kyoto. That's ages, because Kyoto is quote unquote country and Tokyo is city. So even in their Japanese, it sounds different. But someone translated it and put subtitles, and it helped so much with the product for people watching at home. Like, yo, they were disrespecting the hell out of each other. And everyone else that didn't speak it didn't know what they were saying, but they were gassing it up anyway.
And so
subtitles. Your stuff is pre-recorded anyway. Your shows are not live. Put some subtitles on those that speak other languages. Imagine what that would do for Andrade, for freaking Santos Escobar.
True indeed.
Boy, take advantage of the telenovelas, man. Give me some subtitles.
So let me get some
different languages.
Bro. Let me get some ratings out of y'all. Let me get some ratings out of y'all. How we rating this match? I'm giving it 9 out of 10.
Yeah. It's solid. That was just as good as the Triple Threat Survivor Series. Yep.
Give it a 10 out of 10. I like the tension between Sammy and Jericho, and Jericho barely pulling it out.
Yep. Jericho, let's go ahead.
I do not like Sammy.
A lot of people don't, but damn it, I'd be lying if you say he ain't performed this match. Gotta call a spade a spade.
He's a great performer. I just don't like
it's a rhetorical question. Where would Ring of Honor be without Jericho?
We wouldn't be talking about it.
Man, it's such an amazing thing to have such a legend.
Is it even a thing?
It's such a legend. Having a legend in presence to learn from.
Speaking of Ring of Honor, I guess that brings us to the next match: Samoa Joe versus Wardlaw versus Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yes, it does.
With Powerhouse Hobbs most of that match.
This match is
Wardlaw pulled out some Jeff Hardy stuff,
and I'm sick of it.
Really?
Sick of it. You know, Keith Lee, I enjoy doing that because that's part of Keith Lee arsenal. You know,
he a fat boy moving around. You don't
that's
see
his
that
arsenal. We always, you know.
I missed that match. Who came out with the title?
Joe. He's a double champion.
Samoa Joe is your double champion. So it seems that
now, hey. Now there are two Samoan Joes with 2 titles in professional wrestling.
The fact that you did that.
Roman's real name is Joe, guys.
I
Come
hate
on.
that you did that. I hate that
Roman's
you really
real
did
name
that.
is
I
Joe.
get it. It's
Heather
true.
Both Samoan. I couldn't help it.
Yeah,
I
Kenny.
had
I
to
mean,
get it
look,
in.
look,
was
I
Kenny,
so
hate
I hated
bad.
it.
I
I hated
forgot
it.
to
Yeah, I
laugh.
hated it. Yeah, I hated it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I
That
mean.
match was also pretty solid. The three-way match.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I did have
Yeah.
questions about the finish, and when I say finish, just about Samoa Joe coming out on top. But it seems that he's healthy. It seems like Tony Khan is giving him a shot to see if he can be available to defend both of these title belts. So that's what I'm curious to see, just as far as how do they manage Samoa Joe health. He's older. His health. We all know about how unhealthy he can be, and he's a double champion, which is a lot of responsibility, a lot of traveling.
Well,
So I'm curious to see that.
And he
well,
hasn't
hold
been
on.
injured as of recently, to my knowledge. So
Right. I was thinking I wouldn't keep the belts on him for long. Do it
He's not healthy
between
enough.
now and the pay-per-view, but basically it's enough time to reset Wardlow's storyline because Powerhouse Hobbs has been doing work on Elevation, on Dark. He can't get over. He does a decent squash match. And with Brian Cage running around, you actually got 4 men now that can become the monster character cadre and do some real
Brian
business.
Cage is unreliable.
Brian Cage hurts people.
that is unreliable, like Shay said.
And there's another guy. It's another monster guy. You got those three. You have Brian Cage, and who's the guy that Brian Cage is going at? Man, I forgot his
Wardlow.
name. No, it's not Wardlow. Man, I forgot his name. He got the red mohawk ponytail.
Oh, you talking about the Murder Hawk?
Murder Hawk, him.
Murder
Murder
Hawk.
Hawk. That's his nickname, but y'all know who I'm talking about. That's another guy. He's kind of missing. We don't know what's going on with him.
Well, with Archer, does he need
Lance
to get up in
Archer.
the mix? Is he big
Lance
enough?
Archer.
He's a big man. He can get
That's
up.
another monster.
Right. So they've got 6, 7 people that they can put together. Keith Lee can get up in there and they can do,
A big man ladder match.
on his way out, Joe can teach them how to do the longevity. Because
Yeah,
they're
he can.
beautiful monster characters. They just need to be, carried along, and they need some faces for them to go up against.
AEW have enough talent, big man talent, to do an 8-man ladder, an 8-man a 8 big man ladder match. I should say they can really pull it off.
That's a lot of big men, bro.
Hey,
You break the internet with that.
and big meaty men slapping me.
That
Don't
nigga
forget.
did a little too much, bro.
Don't forget, there was a time where there was a Brock Lesnar, A-Train, Nathan Jones,
JBL,
JBL,
Kane,
Matt
Undertaker.
Morgan.
You
All
can
at the
have
same
your
time.
big men. You can have your big Mark Henry, Viscera. You can have some big men.
Remember that time
It's
Brock
just
Lesnar put together Team Brock Lesnar?
He's
yep.
got to have storyline.
It has to have a storyline. That's all it is. So
And
let's
if you don't
segue
have-
into this match, which is kind of a if I didn't get Impact, if TNA was all the hell that was ringing through my goddamn brain watching this match. That's TNA. That's all I can think of. That's all I could think of. The next match we have Darby Allin and Sting versus Jay Lethal, and Jeff Jarrett in a no disqualification.
That's TNA as hell.
And
I
listen
was
to
waiting
me.
for it to get over. I was really waiting for this match to get over.
Yeah, at this match, and it. And let me be clear: the match was not bad. It was a great match. It's just
It was flawed.
because it was very TNA-ish. Like you could tell that Jeff Jarrett himself said, "I can produce this myself." Like they had no, like it's just Jade have to do something with Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal is getting old on me. He's getting old on me. It's not TNA. We have to do something.
And Darby's floundering. I remember early on, Darby was like touted as the future of AEW.
He's supposed to be a 4 horseman of them. Now
but now he's floundering.
He has, and I hate to say it, but it's time for Sting. Somebody has to take Sting out, and Darby has to be the one. Yeah, it's time. What is Sting doing? What is Sting doing to help Darby Allin at this very point? Nothing.
It's like it's run its course.
It's ran its course. It's over with.
I'll be back,
Sting,
fellas.
The crowd popped. The crowd popped for this match. They popped for Sting's brawling and him coming
Yep.
off of second or that first landing.
Yep, doing a
So-
crossbody. Yep.
Right. So again, it's no different than the curtain jerker. Whereas I may not like this part of the 3-ring circus,
hmm
as long as it's creating money, I can't really complain.
Right.
And it's putting people in the seats. I mean,
It's
Jeff Jarrett
putting
coming
people-
back has been getting the ratings up. They still aren't really going above 1 million overall. They're still staying in the 930 and 960 range. But the beginning of Dynamite, they start off at the Raw range and they get, they go down, so they got to work on their main event. But for this pay-per-view, it was great filler. It didn't do anything wrong. It also didn't move the storyline forward, but it also didn't do anything wrong for the pay-per-view.
And that's a great way. That's a great way to put it. The wrestling was great. It's just like you say, it didn't move me. It didn't move anything. It didn't tell me what was going to happen next. We don't know what's going to happen next. It left a very stale taste in my mouth. It really did. To where it was just like you taste a piece of cake and it's just like, yeah, and the cake is okay. It was one of those. Like the cake is okay.
Right. True indeed.
What match is this now?
This
Well, we're
is
almost
Darby
done. We
Allin
got
and
3 more.
Sting
And then
versus
we
Jay
move on to
Lethal
Survivor Series.
and Jeff Jarrett.
Darby Allin versus who?
Darby Allin and Sting versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. I call this the TNA match.
Nobody cares.
Correct. So the next one up is what? Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm? The women's
Yes.
division and the
And
women's
to-
championship.
And that to me, that's possibly the second match of the night.
It was good.
I enjoyed that match. I did not think Jamie Hayter was going to do it. I really thought Tony Storm was going to hold off and win that match. And
knew she
everybody in
was.
here know I have a big. I love when you wrestle in a wound show. When them women went in there and they wrestled and they fought,
Right.
and I appreciate wounds that shows on you. I really appreciate it.
I'm glad they finally pulled the trigger on Jamie Hayter, because you know what's coming next. We all know what's coming next.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, except Chase, because Chase doesn't, I don't know if he really watched the product, but y'all saw that celebration between her, the other girl, and Britt Baker, the OG AEW champion.
Mm-hmm.
No, Britt gonna want that title back, and she just gonna be expecting Jamie to just,
The AEW Charlotte Flair.
yeah.
Right.
Got
You know what else I'm happy about? They're no longer calling it interim.
Finally.
Well, okay,
No
to
longer-
have some news on that, Thunder Rosa did agree to drop the title. So with the pay-per-view going on that Saturday, they got that worked out with Thunder Rosa. So now the champion is the champion. Thunder Rosa has dropped the title.
Yep. Also, they're also counting Tony Storm's reign as an official reign and not an interim.
Mhm.
Right. Which means that, okay, so then the question becomes, did that resolve their contract issues with Thunder Rosa?
Yes, it did. I looked at the reports and I believe that they said that the contract was is resolved.
Right. So they paid it off.
They paid her off. So she's cleared to either come back or she's free to do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I
where else
believe
is-
she
where
needs to
else is
come
she
back.
gonna go?
Well, she has a fan base. She's very big in the AAA. AAA
Yeah,
and New
Thunder
Japan.
Rosa is solid. The thing
You'll
is,
be fine in Mexico.
Yeah,
Well,
she has a very major AAA fan base.
right. The big problem was that in the locker room, Britt and her were having problems, right?
Yep.
Right.
So it was the issues of who was going to get the stardom, and because Britt is really wanting to run the women's division, and Thunder Rosa hits too hard on a regular basis.
They accused of her of sandbagging too often.
Correct, because she was hitting too hard.
And like, can we talk about?
Stiff.
I want to talk. We have to talk about how a lot of AEW wrestlers, homegrown wrestlers, they're a bit soft. That's like the third time I've heard that they're getting hit too hard. I don't like that. First it was Sammy Guevara. Now it's her.
But they don't have, but they also don't have any in-ring training occurring. So when you don't have a ring, you don't have any practice to sit there and say, hey, or give feedback to each other. They don't have none of that going on.
That doesn't happen in the E because they have a dedicated performance center that even some of the vets return back to.
Like Andrade said it the best. I've been in the ring with John Cena. I've been in the ring with Rey Mysterio. I've been in the ring with Seth Rollins. I've been in the ring with Roman Reigns. None of them guys told me I hit too hard. I get in the ring with Sammy Guevara, I hit too hard. It's a problem to me.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You're dealing with is a conundrum. It's a four-way puzzle. Look that word up. Yep. So the issue that we're having on one side is you're dealing with wrestlers who wrestle 5-star matches every night.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Let me not say 5-star. I'll say pay-per-view worthy matches.
Mm-hmm.
They go out of their way, the blading, the bloodiness. So when somebody hits them with it's too hard, I can't take it anymore. The psychology of them is warped. Because
I don't think 5-star or pay-per-view worthy match is what you're looking. I think the fast-paced flippy dippy is what you're looking. Video game, yeah. They're not used to the strong style of hard hitting stuff.
Exactly. They're not used to they're not used to having a hardcore Holly in their training camp.
In fact, I think the only wrestlers that I haven't seen, complain about the hard hitting are MJF, Darby, obviously. And that's it. Oh, and Page and Hangman Page.
Kenny Omega don't complain either.
And Kenny's been doing this since New Japan, so he better not complain.
True.
But as far as just the AEW wrestlers, the ones that wasn't, they did indies, of course, but they wasn't New Japan or anything. Sammy Guevara's, those guys are pretty soft.
Yeah.
But that goes into our next tag team match that we have, which it's a story in this, and I appreciate it. Because I love the story in this. We have the Acclaim. We have Anthony Bowens and Max Caster versus Swerve in Our Glory. Swerve Strickland versus Keith Lee. Thoughts?
That was my problem. I'm getting tired of this storyline. How many times are we going to see this? They've been wrestling for the last 2 months straight.
Yeah, that was another one I didn't really care for. I was interested that Keith Lee just walked out.
Yes. He
dipped out on Swerve. He said, nah, win this match on your own, buddy. I'm done. I'm tired of you cutting up people's hands. I'm tired of your shenanigans. I'm sick of it. No. That's not putting it. That's putting it like I need to use vocabulary. I am disgusted with your actions.
Mm-hmm.
Your ability to be an absolutely vexing individual is getting under my skin. That's how Keith Lee talks.
And then to think you're gonna slap me,
right?
And you slap me, your own brother, across the face like I am some sort of vagabond. No, you will win this match on your own.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick and tired of dealing with your inability. trying to find all the big words I can.
He's the TI of AEW right now. He's the Ti AEW.
Yes.
I do see a potential match of the night coming with him and Strickland though.
Yeah. Him and
I'm about to say,
Strickland.
do we even need to have that?
Yes.
I mean, yes, because they're gonna beef now. It only makes sense.
But of course, with this, see, this the thing going into this match and this beef case. I feel like we all know who should go over. It's no question who should go over in this match. But what we do want in this match, because we know Strickland to be a great wrestler as well.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to show him being able to take punishment in this match. We need to show a side of him where he's not evil for no reason. You see, like it has to play into the storyline to where Keith Lee even have to sit here with this little guy and be like, what do I have to do to put this little dude down? Eventually do it, but it has to be a storyline within the match where
I feel that.
Swerve is over.
I feel that.
Is there any way we could just just squash him with Keith and somehow put a title on him?
No.
You got to play it out.
It's got to play out.
I mean,
And then again, we're making this match, but we don't know what's going to happen because this past AEW, Swerve went to talk to Keith, and we don't know what was said. So we don't know what Keith's going to do. Keith may do a heel turn.
so here's the thing.
So
Keith hasn't gotten any real heat since he's been in AEW.
he hasn't really done much of anything.
So if anybody needs it, it's him.
Keith definitely needs it.
So that's what I'm saying. Can we just squash Strickland and somehow?
But we don't want to waste Strickland either. That's the thing. Because Strickland has potential to be at least a TNT champ. A good mid-carder. He does. He
Yeah,
does.
they need more faces. And they need more faces.
They need more faces in that division. Dude can wrestle his ass off. He just recently actually won because they allow all their wrestlers to actually be independent contractors, unlike the E. But he just recently won another championship somewhere in the end. I forget what it was.
He definitely did.
Like he got 2 belts.
Okay,
So,
that
he got some things going on. So we'll have to
here it is.
That storyline.
He's a 3-time. I've never heard of this, but you all might have it. He's the 3-time Defy World Champion. So,
well, we know he's a world champion. Shout out Swerve for being the world champion of that respective league.
yeah,
Wrestling award. We shout you out
they'll
for
get
that.
the indie money.
And
Yep.
we're paying attention to the storyline to see where does this go. Do we want Strickland to get squashed? Do we want him to be over in a squash match? Or do we want Keith Lee to go heel? That's something we will have to find out. And for the last but not least, the match that I'm sure everybody want to talk about. And because he's a big fan of MJF, I'm going to let Kokai. I want Kokai to ring in first. I want Kokai to let me know, how do you feel about MJF versus John Moxley for the AEW World Championship match?
Okay, well, one, I think that they're treating Moxley like they did Sid Vicious and in the early part of Bret Hart's career, where they just put him on the belt temporarily to just carry in between when they figure out that there is somebody who can make money. I do think they did a good job of putting the belt on MJF. I even like the way that he did it as a heel with a weapon. Works for me, no problem. And the way that they did the follow-up with Moxley confronting William Regal, and then learning that, Danielson's coming in order to save the Black Combat Club. But I have a little problem with this next match coming up with the direction that they're going in with this Ricky Starks, the injured.
Don't
Ricky
like him because he reminds you of The Rock.
and MJF. I really don't think that Ricky Starks needs to get a kind of push like that or any kind of sunshine off of MJF, but I can understand why with their similar builds, they want to kind of, keep that momentum going. But I'm not really looking forward to the match.
Here's the thing. AEW messed up with the whole, let me not say messed up. they messed up when they lost CM Punk because what it was supposed to be was CM Punk versus MJF. So now everything now is a kind of knee-jerk. Let's try to play around how we were gonna make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now that MJF has the strap, you have to immediately get Moxley out the picture because it's like, all right, you've had your time. Look out the picture. So now he has to solve whatever issues he has with Regal, thus pushing somebody new into the title hunt. That just happened to be now. I haven't been watching. Is it Ricky Starks?
Yes. He won
I think
the
this
tournament.
time. This time, bro. I mean, what was y'all expecting? Miro?
What?
Not Miro.
What
And
y'all expecting?
just to keep y'all updated, Ricky Starks he did defeat Brian Cage in the pre-show in the AEW Championship Eliminator Tournament semi-final match. So he is coming. He is coming now. Keep an eye on that man. He got all the charisma in the world. He got it. He can fly like an eagle in the ring, and he can hold his own, and it's pretty strong in that ring. I like Ricky Starks going up against
enough
Ricky.
compliments. That's enough compliments.
It's going to be
No,
a
he's
promo.
going to hate Ricky. Yo, keep
the
the
promos
going.
are going
keep
to
the compliments going.
The promos
Please,
between these two are
get
going
underneath
to be
this man's
amazing.
skin. His
Ricky
hate
Starks.
for Rock translate. Look, Ricky Starks might as well be the AEW's Young Rock.
We're about to see.
Rock,
Look, we're about to see.
Go ahead, come on.
We're about to see The
I want
Rock.
to see Kukai get red in the face.
Promo wise, we're about to see The Rock versus The Miz.
Yes, boy.
We're about to see what we never got to see in WWE. We're about to see two of the youngest talents in AEW go at it for the.
Pretty decent on the mic.
Yeah, that's why I say you got The Rock versus This is the great value Rock versus The Miz
about to
on
blow
the mic.
up. Nobody cares what The Rock did to mankind. No one cares. That was yesteryear. We are in the now. Get over it. The Rock is Black Adam now, okay? And Mick Foley is going to anime conventions signing autographs. It's done. Let it go. Let it go.
Kukai, let's get your final thoughts on it.
It's still real to Kukai, damn it. But we've all moved on.
I feel you, Kukai.
These
youngsters ain't got no damn respect.
1983, I'm still in 1998.
All right, then. Look, fellas.
These young cats ain't got no damn respect, man.
I'm standing up for this one.
Kayfabe is hilarious.
Oh,
Y'all holding on deep. I gotta respect it.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna segue. We're going to go into what happened yesterday. We are into the second hour, people. And y'all know what the second hour comes with. Survivor Series War Games.
Yes.
War Games. And to start off War Games, we have
the women.
Team Belair. Team Bianca
Belair. That was one of my first predictions that I got wrong.
Who we have in this match, we have Bianca Belair.
I was expecting Damage Control to win.
We have Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and guess what they did? They didn't bring back, they didn't bring back just any old Becky. They brought back the man.
Whoa.
We've been missing Becky. That's Becky 2 belts. The man, that's Becky 2 belts.
The way they did it was smart. They brought her back on Friday, so you know who to expect, because we want Sasha chants in the crowd, but it wasn't for the War Games match. So it was smart to bring Becky back so they wouldn't be expecting Banks.
Sasha. Yep. And who do we have on Team Damage Control? We have Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Nikki Cross, and our starting to be favorite heel, female wise, Rhea
Ripley, baby.
I love her.
I love her too. I'm starting to really like her too. I'm really like if I
I
liked her
have
before,
been
I'm
a
really
Rhea
starting to.
Ripley fan.
You have. How
Been.
do we feel? How do we feel about this match? Did it
I liked
deliver?
it. I
Was
liked
it
it.
everything you all expect?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't
Yes.
expecting to end. I thought Damage Control was actually gonna take a win. I actually thought Rhea was gonna end up pinning Bianca because
I did too.
Raw Women's Championship match. But they're really building up Bianca to be another John Cena. And she said, because WWE's starting to do media scrums too, but in a more controlled environment, obviously.
Obviously. Press conference.
Bianca said, and I quote, Rhea Ripley is one of the opponents she wants to face, but after her is Charlotte Flair. She wants to be one of the people to beat all 4 horsewomen.
And she will do it. Oh, she will do it. She will do it.
Champion. She will be the 3rd person in history. Because there's only 2 other people that have beaten all 3 horsewomen, all 4 horsewomen.
Let's shout out. Not only
It's
that, let's shout
Asuka
out.
and Alexa Bliss.
And let's shout out our Raw Women's Champion for not only participating in the War Games match, but starting it as well.
She started the John off.
She started it.
Also, shout out to Io Shirai for constantly being committed to having any and every spot involving a trash can. Y'all notice that? That's
that's her.
Right?
That's her. That's her
thing. Whether
that's her thing.
Either she's gonna jump off the cage or she's gonna be involved in some sort of spot.
That's her sledgehammer. That's her sledgehammer.
It was beautiful. The weapons usage was absolutely beautiful, though they did go a little long with Bayley filling up the ring.
Yeah. Oh, and shout out to Nikki Cross for just
on
being
point.
Nikki Cross.
Yes, she was very. She was the wild card.
Missed her.
She was the wild card, and Nikki. And what I liked about her being in that match is that she didn't give a damn about the match or who won or who was going to lose.
Didn't. And you know what? You know that one spot where everyone gets slammed and falls. That's a usual thing. Nikki Cross said, "F that. We're not doing that spot." She came out of nowhere with the Singapore cane and said, "Nope, you are not slamming these people. Everybody down. Everybody down. Everybody down." I was just like, that was a nice false. That was a nice false finish. I like that. I like
the women. The women in the match did great. What I did want more out of that match was more of a showing, and she had a great showing in the match, Mia Yim. But I wanted a direction with her in the match.
Well,
I wanted.
No. Finish.
No, it's just in the match. I didn't see a direction, a very conglomerate direction where it's like, okay, I see her. She's about to do this. She's about to do that. Triple H still got to help me out with her.
In the OC, but it's like they didn't really focus on her with Rhea like that. Honestly, the OC and Judgment Day should have had a War Games match, but it would have been one too many because those matches go too long. Those matches go way too long. But they don't have much of a focus for her yet. Well, Rhea, but you know what I also like? They showed who were the vets and who were the newbies in the War Games match. You saw when Rhea Ripley walked up in there, she took her sweet time. Oh, I've been here before. Oh, I know exactly what to do. She came in and she was a vet. She
and
knew
to
exactly
the casuals,
exactly who to dismantle and exactly who to avoid.
And for the casuals who didn't even know that War Games was an actual thing in NXT, it gave them an opportunity to go back and watch older War Games if they never seen them, which were amazing War Games.
All of them. Every women's War Games match, with the exception of the one with Mandy Rose. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one.
We don't talk.
But yeah, so that match to me, I'm giving the women 7.5 out of 10.
Yep.
Easy.
That was a great 7.5 out of 10. And it's crazy that you mentioned.
Also, did you all peep the ending though? Did you all peep Alexa?
What did she do?
She side-eyed Bianca just a little bit. It was subtle. You had to catch it.
Oh, when they was in the
and remember, she cut a promo about wanting to be Raw Women's Champion again. Some people thought she was going to turn heel that night. It's coming. Didn't come last night, but it's coming. It's coming. And there wasn't a tease of it that night. But at Crown Jewel, her and Bray is coming.
I hope Bray puts her to sleep.
It's what she's gonna do. That whole hurt heel gimmick. You know how the Fiend would interact with certain people and it would determine their direction, whether they're gonna become a face or become a heel.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have a part in her becoming the goddess again.
That's something we'll have to see because I want Bray Wyatt to put her to sleep.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's definitely.
I want her put her to sleep.
I want Nikki to get a title shot. Like Nikki, it's her time.
Nikki Cross. She just turned back to Nikki Cross, and she's been a champion already. She's been Raw champion as Nikki Ash, but Nikki's technically been a Raw Women's champion already. 2 times.
I don't think it's time just yet. I think she needs to take out somebody notable. She needs to take out somebody notable.
With her character doesn't require her to have a belt. It's kind of like with Bray Wyatt and the Fiend. Her character's like a crazy wild card. She could interfere in some other storylines that aren't even related to the women's division. Just let Nikki be Nikki.
And yeah. I like what's that girl name? We was just saying her name.
Rhea?
Yeah.
I like Rhea. I like Mia.
Yeah.
I like her too.
Alexa.
You were saying that you just said something that triggered me. You said she had a belt as Ricky. As Nikki.
Yeah, I was talking. Yeah, Nikki. She had it as that superhero gimmick. She did. So she's technically been a champion already.
It's just not a notable run. It's like,
I feel that. I feel that.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
He made it work under that gimmick, but until the gimmick annoyed people to death.
Correct.
Yeah.
But as Nikki Cross, she's just always, even when you look at her in NXT, she's ended up in actually bigger storylines that didn't involve the women's division. I'll never forget the who took out Aleister Black storyline. And we all got surprised. It ended up being Johnny Gargano. But Nikki knew, and she kept toying around with Velveteen Dream, Tommaso Ciampa, and even Aleister Black. Like, she played a huge role because she knew the secret. And no one else did but her. So she could end up playing a role in bigger storylines. She doesn't have to be relegated to the women's division.
Or in the match. Yeah.
I was going to ask, what's y'all thoughts on Gonzalez? Do y'all think that she should at least be in a match, a world title match at least? She's been putting in some dick now.
She's still green. Still green.
I had Nikki take her out. Nikki needs someone that's a babyface to take out.
But Gonzalez is on SmackDown though. Nikki's, you know what? That could work because Nikki's the type to wander on to different shows too. She'll be on Raw one moment, she'll be on SmackDown the next.
Yeah, she's
like a tumbleweed.
True.
She needs someone. I feel like Nikki, in order to get that title shot, she needs someone.
Well,
she has to toy with someone.
They did tease a Nikki Cross and Bliss feud. A callback.
I mean, yeah, we know that's coming. Yeah, we know that's coming. Like, they have to feud and everything like that. It's just, do we care about that enough, or do we want that feud plus more? And I'm sure
they might end up joining Bray's cult. Both of them.
I like where they're going with this Bray in LA. It's giving It's giving 98 Undertaker versus HBK vibes.
Yeah.
Like, it's giving a Hell in a Cell match type vibes. You know what I'm saying?
The question is, do we believe it's been Bray taking out LA Knight?
Because we know he been talking.
Who is Uncle Howdy? Is Uncle Howdy Bray, or is that someone else?
That's someone else. It's not Bray doing that. I told y'all 3 weeks ago, almost a month ago. I told y'all who that is, and y'all gonna believe me. That's not Bray Wyatt.
I'm up in the air. I'm up in the air. I'm open for anything.
Pay attention. I keep telling y'all, Kokai. I've been telling y'all, pay attention to that.
Again? Remind us.
That's Bo Dallas.
It could be Bo Dallas.
Yo, if that's
Bo Dallas,
that's gonna be crazy.
That's Bo Dallas. Pay attention to the earring. I'm telling y'all, it's a small detail, but WWE like doing that. Bo Dallas always wore a cross earring in his ear.
He did.
Uncle Howdy have that same earring on.
And
It's the
Bray doesn't
same
rock those.
earring.
Bray has those things in his ear.
Bray wear hoops.
Yeah, he wore the gauges in his ear. Yeah. Ooh, you're a man of detail. I like that.
I'm telling y'all,
Like
look,
that.
look. Any of our fans right here, right now, watching us, go back to episode 9. I'm telling y'all, I said this. I'm
This is
telling
we
y'all.
finally gonna get our brothers of destruction for real. The real brothers of destruction.
We'll
That
have to
was
see. We'll
Real
have to
brother.
see. Let's go into AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. The
Good match.
OC leader versus the Judgment Day leader. How do we feel?
it was good. It was solid.
7 out of 10. Solid match.
And the
7 out
fact
of
that
10.
there was no interference, all that the other members fought to the back of the ring. Shout out to Dom for getting his ass whooped again.
Again.
Yep. Clean match with the phenomenal forearm.
Yep.
How they dealt with the calf crusher. Or
There was some bruises and
right.
everything in that match too.
Yes, it was.
Oh yeah, they was hitting hard.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I
dare
appreciated
say
it.
that was as good as their first Survivor Series match they had together. Maybe better.
Yeah, that was a very
There was
good
animosity
match.
this time.
Now it's time for them to bring the clubs together.
So you say Judgment Day should expand and add them 3?
No. I think Judgment Day should take, I think as OC becomes the Bullet Club again, I think they should add new members to the Judgment Day. That makes sense. They could attach themselves to Bray Wyatt and his cult, like how the Brood did with the Undertaker and the Ministry of Darkness.
Okay, I see where you're going. How does Edge play into this though?
I think Edge should come back and shock everyone by joining the Judgment Day again.
He still has to hunt them.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. We can't forget about what happened with Beth.
Or
do we forget what they did to Beth? You ain't gonna want to
say that was just a month ago, yo.
he could come back and join the club.
Hey, shout out to Rhea. She literally like put her hairstyle up at a Beth Phoenix hairstyle. Said this is a tribute to Beth Phoenix. Rest in peace. I was just like,
really just dark.
Edge has to come back. I need Edge. Edge has to come back because Edge is taking this time off, of course, because he's a part-time wrestler.
Yep, and he only got 4 matches left. And we know he's probably retiring next year.
When he do come back, he needs to have 3 matches, probably 4, and they all have to come back to back. We need Edge to go against Dom first, and he has to beat Dom. We need Edge to go against Damian Priest. He beats Damian Priest, and I'm talking about Friday after Friday. The next following Friday, Monday. The next following Monday, he needs to go against Finn Balor, this will be a pre-show or the pre-show to the next pay-per-view, which could be WrestleMania or Rumble. But he has to lose that match. And I can see Edge doing a steel cage match against Finn Balor at Royal Rumble.
He lost the last pay-per-view.
I agree with everything. I agree with everything you said except for Dom. Leave Dom for Mysterio. Dom needs to get that Hispanic ass whooping, chancleta and all.
But this is what we will see.
Did you all see the?
But this is what we could do. Wait.
Did you all see the video of Dom and Rhea rolling up to the Mysterio household?
Right.
Dom broke a broomstick over his dad's injured leg.
But look, that's why we need Edge. That's why we need Edge. Edge's job, because Edge and Ray are still friends. So within that first match, we need Edge. Like I said, we have 4 weeks until like a new pay-per-view. We need Edge that first week to come back and address everything that happened. That second week, he's going against Dominic Mysterio. When he beats Dom and he brutalizes him with a spear or whatever, that's when you have Rey Mysterio come out. See, Rey Mysterio is just going to be a surprise. You want Rey Mysterio to come out and be like, booyaka, booyaka, while Dom is trying to recover. And it's too late because Rey Mysterio is marching his way down. He's finally found the courage to whoop his
Nah.
son. They
See,
have to.
that don't even sound right to me because I'm not a dad. But if I feel like I was a dad, I feel like nah, you can't deal with this. I need to deal with this man myself. You can't be doing my work for me.
But
I
see,
need to
Edge has
personally
his
whoop
own
my
personal
son's
gripe with
ass
them.
myself because now you acting out of character.
No, and
I
that's
ain't
why
raised you like this.
it has to come full circle. You see what I'm saying? Yes, you want, of course, Rey
You, if
Mysterio will
anything,
deal with Dom.
you know what Ed should do? Spear Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
Because we know Orton probably ain't gonna be coming back no time soon. And ain't no one else has ever dealt with women as far as injuring them besides Edge and Orton and Triple H and
Edge have to. I feel like Edge has to take out, even with the spirit of Ripley, he has to get his hands on every last one of them.
well, I feel like if he does get his hands on Dom, it should be after Ray comes and deals with it, not before.
I think it's before. See, because Ray don't want to put his hands on his son.
I mean, after Thanksgiving, I'm not too sure.
So why not? So look, so why not? So why not have when if Edge and Ray is having Edge and Dom is having a match. Edge pinned Dom clean. He's pinned him clean. While Edge is still in the process of taking out Judgment Day.
But
So Judgment Day is just not they're just not going to help Dom because they've been getting taken out all night. Of course, it's a main event match.
But here's the thing with that though. Ray hasn't got a lot of years left in him either. We still need that retirement match, and it has to be between him and his son. And
that's why you
take away from that.
No, you don't, because Dom has reached, he's in defeat right now. Dom has no help because, like I said, all night Judgment Day been getting attacked. So when you have Edge go against Dom for the main event and Edge pins him clean, I'm not saying Ray has to attack him. I'm not saying anything has to happen, but you have an angry Rey Mysterio marching to the ring. He's not running. He's not doing anything that he normally do. He's simply walking to the ring, and Dominic simply gets out of there. That's how you start their feud. Because he haven't forgot. Ray wants blood. I feel like that's how you should do that. After Edge,
what happens? But here's the thing: what happens to the Judgment Day after that? Are they completely disbanded?
No. Because the next following week, Edge is going against Damian Priest. You see what I'm saying? So you still have Edge storyline going because at the end, Edge goal is to run through every last one of them until he get to Finn Balor. With that last match on Raw against Finn Balor, it's not a clean match. Somehow, some way, Edge or Finn Balor take a count on victory, or he'd rather lose to Edge than a count on victory, and he escapes, which creates a steel cage match between them at a Rumble or whatever following pay-per-view that comes up. So Edge can finally have that one-on-one with Finn Balor with no interruptions. While you still have Dom and Ray still trying to Ray is trying to get his hands on Dom this whole time. While Edge is in this feud, Ray is after Dom, and Dom don't know what to do with an angry Ray. That's how this has to go at this point.
Here's my.
I like Kareem's telenovela with the faction.
I like that idea better. Also, you don't want, because I want Ray and Dom to fight at Mania. What I don't want is to everything like what you're saying to happen early, and now this feud is being stretched out like Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, like the other feuds we've mentioned. I don't want these feuds to go on for too long. That's what I'm afraid of happening. So
I feel like
the de facto leader of the Judgment Day is not Finn. It's not Damien. It's Rhea. Rhea is the de facto. Have you seen how they come out? Rhea's running them all by on the sidelines. They're really just the enforcers. If you look at the entrance, it doesn't look like it because she's not out in front, but she's running them all.
I don't know. I just feel like
Cole's mentioned it on commentary. Michael Cole has mentioned it on commentary.
Yeah, but see, you still have to acknowledge the feud. See, my thing is, okay, so let's say this. Let's say we have Edge Edge is trying to go through the same Judgment Day. He wants to get his hands on every last one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
He runs into Dom.
Mm.
And he don't give Dom a match. Let's say he simply spears him. He give him 2 spears, Dom is laid out, and then Edge, like, he just points to the ramp. And then here comes Rey Mysterio. In a way, because the way Rey has been portrayed the last 2 months, 3 months, he needs help. Rey needs help. He has to get the confidence. We all know he could be his son, but he have to get the confidence to be his son. So how can you put that into because you just can't have Rey Mysterio just come back.
Why
It
not?
has.
You can after what happened. See, here's where I don't agree. You can because of what happened this past Thanksgiving. He got attacked in his own home.
So why not? So look, why not?
Yeah, I can't take that, bro. Not as a man. I can't take that on.
I'm not about
as a man.
No other man fight for me. No.
It's not. It's not about fighting for it. It's just Rey has been taken advantage of because of his love for his son. So why not, after the match that Edge and Dom have, and Edge has Dom beat, and Dom is in the center of that ring trying to recover. At the end of the show and everything, Rey Mysterio, angry Rey Mysterio, is now walking out to his music, and it's not charging. He's just walking to the ring. He could have a kendo stick to even for long-term storytelling. Give Rey a kendo stick.
Here's the problem, though. How does this help Dom? Because at the end of the day, Rey, like, no kayfabe, he's gonna want to put his son over. You gotta put him over as a heel. Dom's got to see. So
here's the thing:
don't have Ed. I like the idea. I like the idea of Edge going after the Judgment Day. Don't let it be matches. Do it like how Cena went after the Nexus. They weren't in-ring fights. He went after them systematically and methodically behind the scenes. Do it like that.
Or how Stone Cold got DX back.
Or like how
Stone Cold pulled up on that one Raw with the lead pipe going after everybody.
At the NWO.
Yeah.
You got The Rock going after, Shaman Man and
don't let it be matches.
Chris Benoit.
And have it be you don't know who's taking them out. Let Edge be the surprise. I mean, of course, everyone will speculate it's Edge, but don't give it away outright.
Word.
Okay, I'm with that.
That way you don't know who it is. You're able to stretch it out without knowing. But when you know who it is, and then the rivalry stretches out for a long period of time, it gets old. You're gonna want some type of payoff. Right. This generation of people watching it, the only storyline people have the patience for right now, because it keeps getting better and better and better, is everything going on with the bloodline. Everything else, you got to keep the storyline not too long, not too short.
Well, we will make this again, just like Jade Cargill. This will be a topic of the future because this is a deep topic that we have to get into, not only involving it, but also involving Rey Mysterio and Dom.
We're talking about the future of these stars here, because Finn apparently is in line for a main title run. Finn, he's been considered. Will that leave? What's going to happen
again?
The only people who are going to actually come out of Judgment Day looking good, should they disband, is Rhea, because she's always going to have a spot in the main title card. She has proved that she can, time and time again. Rhea's always going to have that spot. And Finn, because Triple H likes Finn. Damian
Priest, he's
on the mid card. And where does that leave Dom? That's why I'm like, you can't afford to like really put Dom through it like that. You can't. And Dom is still very much green. And the way they're booking him right now, he hasn't been wrestling a lot. It's been just a lot of cowardly heel stuff.
Well, I'll also take
inner Eddie, boy. You got to find his inner Eddie.
I'll also take then if Edge is attacking. No, because I like your idea. Let it be a secret. But if WWE wished to not have it a secret and was to have Edge attacking them, and we know who it is, Dom has to be the person to take Edge out. Low blow. It has to be another low blow of some sort. you have to garner Rey Mysterio attention. That's why I feel like
Yeah.
Ray,
And that's why
Mello,
you bring in Legado del Fantasma. See,
true.
this is why I'm saying Dom's got to be split up from Judgment Day. See, Dom and Mysterio's story is not going to work unless you throw in more luchadores.
Right.
Right now, Dom is just going through his angsty teen period. Soon he's going to have to come into his own heritage. Let the whole Guerrero story play out even. You know? I'm not even your son.
Right. The telenovela.
Yes.
But Mello, you keep not taking into account what happened at the pay-per-view with the Thanksgiving. I'm with Kareem on that front. They keep going family, familia. They need to do the whole heritage play out. It's got nothing to do with
and make
Western
it seem like Legado del Fantasma are on Ray's side.
Right.
Double turn. Have Dom join Legado.
Right.
Well, look, that's something
Ray, leading to a Mania match between Dom and Ray. Dom donning a similar mask of his own or whatever wrestling attire. He goes over on his dad. Rey Mysterio retires.
Correct.
Well, we're gonna keep our eyes on this.
And give us the subtitles. No English speaking, all Spanish. I want to feel the drama. I want to feel it.
We spent 18 minutes on this subject, almost 20. So
yeah,
let's move on to the next match.
Finn versus AJ was solid. But let's move on to the match of the night. Wasn't even a men's war game.
No, wait. Hold on. Don't go too fast. Hold on. You're going too fast.
I'm sorry, Mr. Host. God, I'm so proud.
We got to do Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi Blackheart, or just
no, we don't. We did this already.
No. We got to respect we got to respect it.
We got to respect it.
I don't like the match either, but he's right. We got to stay on course.
We got to respect it.
He's going to get 3 minutes tops. Go.
We mentioned earlier how Ronda Rousey and Jade Cargill, there are similarities between them. The only difference is Jade is actually willing to learn. It may not translate well in the ring, but she's trying. She really is trying.
But let's be honest.
She's got to get the in-ring down, but she's got the charisma. She's got the look.
But let's be honest. We all knew a week before last Friday episode, not the Friday that just passed, last Friday, we knew this match wasn't going to pop.
This match was going to be ass.
We knew it wasn't because we know Shotzi. We already knew who was going over. And see, this is the problem that they're having with Ronda Rousey, which is pairing her with believable.
Because there's not a lot of believable. All the believable people are on Raw.
Exactly. Right. And this is the thing. It's not a dig to Ronda because I feel like we all are giving her a fair chance, and she's actually doing good.
I actually got to dig at Ronda a little bit because I watched the match again play by play, and there was a particular spot that a lot of people had a problem with, and it was an over the rope spot. Ronda absolutely refused to take a bump. Flat out refused. Like I saw everything play by play. She was supposed to get slammed down to the ring floor along with Shotzi. What ended up happening? Shotzi ended up landing on the floor, and Ronda just let go of the rope and let herself drop. Ronda does not want to take bumps.
That's not good.
And that is the difference between her and Jade. Jade is willing to learn. She's not perfect at it, but she's still willing to learn even in her title run. Ronda, she feels like she doesn't have to do anything.
And that's bad because when you go against Shayna Baszler, which will happen? Oh, you're going to do everything with Shayna. You're going to have to take some bumps because at that very point,
you have to take some bumps and everything. But
we will know it's not Shayna.
Because they're bosom buddies, Shayna's going to work safe with Ronda. She doesn't want to have any issues with Ronda because Ronda has more clout than Shayna, even though Shayna's had the longer WWE career.
Yeah.
She's going to want to work safe because they're bosom buddies. And Ronda's just going to have to find a way to put her over. They're not going to work a bump match. It's going to be a submission.
You know what we need.
Man.
You know what storyline I would love with Shayna and Ronda. And this will help two things. Both characters and these belts. Did they retire the women's tag belts?
No.
This is what you do. Give Ronda and Shayna the women's tag belts, but you give us a storyline like you had John Cena and Shawn Michaels. That way, your belts are relevant, and those you care about both of them storylines. Why? Because we know how good of friends they are. So why not have it to where we know Shayna Baszler is the next challenger for your belt, but y'all having such a great time being dominant as tag teams. Ronda is second guessing Shayna being her partner. It has to take a Natalia. It has to take someone to tell Ronda, like,
You
look,
can do that. You can do that without involving the tag belts. I like EO and Dakota as tag champions. I'd rather keep them on Raw. You can do that with Shayna now. Say Shayna messes up and almost costs Ronda a title match. Shoot, you can do that now because we know Becky's going to SmackDown. Becky's obviously the pick to go up against Ronda.
Right.
Obviously. Because those two hate each other.
You think so?
I know so. Did you forget? Ronda's still mad at Becky because she got screwed over that match that made Becky double champion. They have history. They don't like each other. No kayfabe.
So you got your money draw right there.
Bring Becky to SmackDown and then have Becky lose to Ronda, but have Shayna almost be the reason Ronda almost lost to Becky again. Now Ronda starts talking down on Shayna, treating her like crap. That's what will lead to the do it like MJF and Wardlow.
Will a triple threat match between the three of them thrown in?
With Shayna going over, not on Becky, on Ronda.
Correct.
And then make their next match cage, UFC style.
Correct.
Because then,
that would be nice.
Because then Ronda will be like, you've never even had a better UFC match than I have. I bought you into mixed martial arts, but I have the better career while you went here to play wrestler.
Are you implying that we need to have first scripted UFC match?
Yes.
At WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
With
Shayna going over and her dismantling Ronda to the point of where Ronda is written out. And now you have a legitimate SmackDown Women's Champion that can talk on the mic, that has charisma and knows how to brutalize her opponents. I need to see NXT Shayna Baszler with the SmackDown Women's Championship. The best thing about Ronda,
I like it.
You know the best thing about Shayna? Shayna can have matches with anyone.
Correct.
Anyone. Kairi Sane, perfect example. Io Shirai, perfect example. Dakota Kai, Becky, Rhea. I can go on. Charlotte. Because the difference between Shayna and Ronda, Shayna didn't just study mixed martial arts. She studied catch wrestling, submission wrestling. So she has that and mixed martial arts. And she can make it believable while at the same time working safe, while still looking like she brutalized her opponents. She is everything WWE wants Ronda to be.
Yeah, and I agree. So we need Shayna at the end of the day to have this payoff. She has to be the payoff of this match, of this feud and everything. It has to be hers to pay off.
Yeah.
So we will keep our eyes on that. So let's move to the match.
People sick of Ronda.
Match of the night.
Shoot, it doesn't even have to be it. I just realized it doesn't even have to be Becky. Charlotte's been gone for how long?
So you're giving them a rerun, huh?
Who better to expose Ronda and then you add Shayna to the story by almost costing Ronda the match.
Charlotte returned.
We
I can
can't
see
do
that.
that though. We gotta save Charlotte though
I mean,
for
Bianca though.
Yeah, we
But
gotta save
Bianca got a
That's
body,
it.
Charlotte, right? So Becky, send Becky to SmackDown, bring Charlotte to Raw.
Yeah, it has to go down like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
All right, let's move to the match of the night. In my opinion, of course, it probably
Match
wasn't.
of the night.
To me, it's match of the night.
Shout out to A-Town Down. No more
Austin Theory.
selfies.
Austin
No
Theory
more selfies.
versus Bobby
No
Lashley.
more cheesing. Man done
versus
grew his
Seth
beard
Rollins.
out. He been in the gym. He done got swole. And if you notice, they kept playing on the disrespect because no one was respecting. They had a full-blown Beyblade commercial play on Austin's Titantron. If
They
that
sure
ain't
did.
disrespect, I don't know what is.
I thought.
let
Look,
a Beyblade commercial play while this man's entrance.
Look,
Yo, it was on his Titantron. People made memes out of it.
Kareem, listen to me. I really thought I thought maybe I smoked too much. That's really what I thought.
I was sober when I saw it.
And I was like, is that a Beyblade? And then they promoted it while he was coming to the ring. I'm like,
Bro,
wow, they put that on his Titantron.
Yo,
okay.
I thought it was a mistake, but I'm like, no, they're literally letting this whole thing play out while his music is playing. It's not even saying A-Town Down. I'm seeing Beyblade. I'm thinking, wait, why is this part of his Titantron? Then I see the Beyblade thing. I'm like, no, no, they did.
What I appreciate about this match is that the Bobby naysayers, the people that really don't believe in Bobby Lashley's ability, and there's people out there.
Bobby can put on a clinic.
He showed that he can hang.
Bro,
at 40 years old.
Bro was bleeding. The timing was perfect. Bro had blood all over him by the time.
Man, listen to me. We all know Bobby's we might have to start recognizing him like we recognize Walter and Sheamus. That's a hard-hitting brother.
And no disrespect to John Moxley, but Bobby Lashley doesn't need the blade to bleed. He's aggressive all on his own.
Yeah, he does it somehow all on his own. I don't know if he be hitting
Bro
his head.
Got a whole, and I like it because he's got like a scar on his chest now and everything. I'm like, this does not look like a man I would want to step in the ring with.
Nah, no.
Bobby, and he has this new edge because of Brock Lesnar. So Bobby, I don't know what they're going to do with Bobby. Maybe he goes after a championship. Maybe that's what he really needs to do. But man, Bobby, whatever they do with him,
and
it's gonna be greatness coming out of it.
I never thought I would say this. I said this last night in the chat, but the fact that a United States Championship match, it was one of the matches of the night, and it was the United States Championship match.
Mm-hmm. That level of prestige is starting to
there.
That level of prestige is starting to come back.
There, and you know what? I'm glad.
Seth Rollins
means something.
We have to give Seth Rollins his credit. We have to give him his credit. Seth Rollins. He done got me. We don't know what we would do without Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins is the workhorse of the WWE.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. If Cody Rhodes wins that championship belt from Roman, Seth Rollins need to be next in line to win that championship belt from Cody.
Absolutely. I thought it would be wrong before.
Seth needs that.
You know what? Here's the thing. What I said before, I didn't want it to be immediately after because he had already gotten beaten by Cody before. But it's been a long period of time. Cody has been gone, and Seth has gotten in his bag. So you know what? I'm down for it happening again. Because
the element of surprise is now over with.
Yep, because you never know. You never know.
So we need Seth Rollins within the next year, within the next 12 months,
and that's
to have a WWE championship on his waist.
Shoot, and that's if he goes after Cody, because they teased he might go after Roman.
See, but I don't see him beating Roman for the title.
Here's the thing. Here's the element, though. One thing you have to consider, and we're gonna get into it in the men's
War
Games match. But we all know at the end of that match, we know who's gonna be betraying who. Sammy ain't turning on nobody. When they get rid of Sammy, it's gonna be the most heartbreaking thing since the Festival of Friendship, since Triple H turning on Shawn Michaels. Shoot. Since Shawn Michaels turned on Martin Jannetty.
No, you know this will not. I don't even think
Yeah,
this will.
Martin
This will.
Jannetty one, I would say, yeah.
It's gonna be heartbreaking because
This will be like honestly, this will remind me of when Triple H in Revolution turned on Randy Orton. That's what this will remind me of.
Because and here's the thing, here's why it's worse. Sammy was that one kid in school that could just not fit in anywhere he went. And now he's been hanging with the popular kids. And now he is, after last night, he is proven, no, I am an Uso. I am an honorary Us. And it looks like they welcomed him in.
Yep.
But if you peep at the end, Jay and Roman, they're looking at him. Roman was looking at how Sammy looked at
Kevin Owens.
Because even though, yeah, I'm an Us, I've finally proven myself, but at what cost? I sold my soul to the bloodline. Where is this going to take me?
We all right with that. We all right with that.
It was beautiful.
They finna murder that man.
Yeah.
They finna, it's finna be a full-blown murder. And it's gonna be just like that movie Bones. How they did Snoop. It's gonna be that one person that feel bad. It's gonna be Jimmy feeling bad for Sammy. Jay gonna absolutely brutalize that man. Roman is going to brutalize that man.
The persona that they're giving here, the energy that the bloodline is giving here reminds me of the Godfather. You know what I'm saying?
Godfather, New Jack City.
It's
Am
that
I my
type
brother's keeper?
It's that mafia energy that they're giving. And so because I'm getting mafia energy from it, whenever an outsider was introduced to the mafia, he was always under scrutiny.
Shoot, the way he hugged Sammy before the match. The whole series, he embraced him. He was just like, hug him, and then you see his serious face. I was just like,
oh well, hold on. Well, that's why it said great segue into the Team Bloodline versus Team Brutes. Hold on, Kareem. Hold on. Team Bloodline versus Team Brutes. Let's get into it. Hold your thought.
We don't care about, I'm sorry, they put on banger after banger. We don't care about none of the Brutes. We don't care about Drew. The people that gave us the story were Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and the Bloodline. I don't give a damn about the rest of them. I'm sorry. Sheamus, you put on bangers. Absolutely. We weren't here for you. Pete Dunne, love you. Great guy. Great. You're good you started the match. We don't care about you. Rich Holland, Rich the Fridge. It's scared. We don't care about you.
Hey, here's the thing. Whoa, slow down. Easy there, cowboy. Rich Holland is that dude, G.
Yeah, Rich Holland is that dude, but did we?
Let's give him his flowers now.
No, we did not. We didn't come here for him. I said, granted, Brawling Brutes have been putting on bangers. I'm not going to deny that. But everyone is not talking about what went on throughout the match. We all talk about the ending.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Sami Zayn stopped the ref from counting the 3. Kevin Owens had Roman dead to rights. And a matter of fact, they're going to have a matchup at the Royal Rumble. It's already been reported. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. They're running it back at the Rumble. We know Sami's going to have a huge role to play in that.
Why? We don't need it anymore. I get it. We need it for storyline purposes, but it's like
we need it for storyline purposes. And Kevin and Roman, out of all of Kevin's opponents, Roman and Kevin have had bangers. Did we forget? Did we forget the last man standing match that Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns had? You capping. That was a great match for the Thunderdome era. Imagine
it was bad.
On live.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't.
You capping. Big capping. You know what? I will respect your opinion. It's a stupid opinion, but I will respect it. But yes, we all know that ended. Yo, my heart almost broke for Kevin. But at the same time, I was like, nah, Kevin, you kind of had this coming because you betrayed Sammy how many times now?
Right,
But at
right.
the same time, it feels different. I'm just like, yo, I came to you telling you the bloodline is eventually going to betray you. And you choose to betray me? Someone who was looking out for you? Someone who knows betrayal behavior? And then he blocks the super kick from Jimmy. Low blow from his own bro.
And wait, and keep in mind, Jay Uso super kicked the hell out of Sami Zayn and didn't think twice about
it. He sure did. But then he was shocked at what Sammy did. He saw what Sammy did for Roman. He saw what Sammy was willing to do. Sammy looked at Kevin, then he looked at Roman. Hell of a kick. And then when Kevin drops, Sammy just holds him like damn, what have I done? And he just lays him down like you're already dead. It's already done. I can't take this back now. Looks to Jay. Do what you must. Splash. 1, 2, 3.
Beautiful.
And then Sammy trying to sell himself as part of the bloodline, saying it with his full chest. But in his heart, he's like, what have I done? How am I going to live with this?
Honorary.
And it's going to eat at him.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all.
Roman knows it. Roman
let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this question, then. For our past predictions of Royal Rumble, we've had Cody Rhodes and Bray Wyatt as winners. Can we see Sami Zayn being a winner of the Royal Rumble?
That would actually add a very interesting shade.
It would.
Okay, I can see it happening if there's interference.
Definitely.
And he comes in late.
The bloodline will be like, you're going to win the Rumble. Because if you win, no one's going to challenge Roman for the title.
Mm-hmm. So do we hold? So this is the thing. So we hold them attacking Sammy until he wins the Royal Rumble.
No. It'll happen after. Because the idea is if Sammy wins, no one's going to challenge Roman because Sammy's in the bloodline.
Right.
The whole time Sammy challenges Roman.
It won't happen immediately. But it's going to be eating at him.
Correct. And once he gets
especially because that same night it's going to be Roman versus KO.
Right. We need Sammy. All right, Cody. It might make sense for you to win. But we need Sammy to win. We need Sammy to win.
At this point, it's either Sammy, Bray, or Cody. Yep. And really, Bray is my least option because Bray's character, like Nikki,
doesn't need
a title. Doesn't need it. Imagine Sammy actually winning a title would be bigger than Kofi.
The Royal Rumble, the Royal Rumble. Winning the Royal Rumble would probably be the biggest Royal Rumble win since
it would be the biggest win. It would be the biggest win of Sammy's career since the NXT title.
Yeah. So I feel like Sami Zayn, he has to be in the Rumble, and he should win.
Got to be, because Kevin's
with the bloodline help
in the Rumble. He's not going to be in the Rumble. He'll be facing Roman that night.
Right. So I'll put the Usos in the Rumble too. Let's cause all types of dysfunction.
How else is he gonna win?
Oh, this Rumble finna be juicy.
Put the Usos in the Rumble too, because they having dysfunction within themselves when it comes down to Sammy. You got one that really likes Sammy. We got one that really don't.
We got to use this Rumble to tell all the stories, right?
Yep.
I was half expecting Brock Lesnar to come back and interfere and cause Bobby to lose because they still need to run it back one more time, and Bobby's got to win. So we use the Rumble to set up for Bobby versus Lesnar at Mania.
And Lesnar has to be some sort of surprise entry. He can't be dominant like he
can't be advertised.
Hold on. Because Bobby still got business with the U.S. title, and so does Theory. And
I mean, yeah, he does, but have Lesnar interfere. I want Bobby's last match with Lesnar. I want his last match with Lesnar to be at Mania. Bobby deserves that much, and he deserves to go over before going back for any title. You got to run that back with Lesnar because they hold him out. They hold him out of that crown jewel victory.
What was the purpose? What was the purpose?
Yo, literally, Brock Lesnar survived. He fell on Bobby and got the pin.
Right.
Bobby got robbed. Bobby got to run that back.
Ain't here now, Lady Brock.
Bobby's got to run that back with Lesnar and absolutely annihilate him. Something you would love to see anyway, since you're not a fan of Brock Lesnar. So you win.
Yeah, I agree. So the Rumble has, like we say, the Rumble, because I believe that is
Rumble,
the next
you can use the
pay-per-view.
Rumble to tell so many stories, man.
It's the next pay-per-view. So the Rumble has to include
January
You use the Rumble for
January
Ray to go
28th.
after Dom. If Dom is one of the last few people in the ring.
Do we know what's the next pay-per-view?
Then, well, after Survivor Series, I know we still have Elimination Chamber we have day one. That's a thing. That's always going to be.
I thought he took that away. Triple H took that away. There's no more day ones.
He had a media scrum. He's saying Money in the Bank is still going to be its own pay-per-view. It's not going to be a Mania thing because there are too many matches at WrestleMania anyway. So he said Money in the Bank pay-per-view is still going to be a thing. That's one. Elimination Chamber is still going to be its own pay-per-view. That's two. He said Hell in a Cell will be for special events.
So the next pay-per-view that we have coming is Elimination Chamber.
It's very likely. And that'll either be before or after the Rumble.
All right. Well,
I thought it was going to be right before to take over like day one. Because you got to have something. You can't go 2 months without a pay-per-view.
That's very true.
Unless Elimination Chamber might be part of day one.
They didn't say. They did not say.
If we want to make day one
we're already in November. It's December, January. We're probably going to get the Rumble either in January or February.
You got the Rumble on the 28th of January. That's the end of the month. So we got to do a pay-per-view either at the beginning of somewhere around New Year's.
It'll probably be day one.
Got to be a pay-per-view, man.
Yeah, we have to have a pay-per-view before New Year's. Within that time.
That's what day one was.
Yep.
So something's got to kind of give, because they got to make their money.
Yeah.
You got to put Elimination Chamber as part of day one.
Nah, you want Elimination Chamber to be its own pay-per-view. And he said it already, so.
Because, and AEW is going to do Revolution before the end of the year. The next pay-per-view.
Not to mention, Wrestle Kingdom is going to be around that time as well, because they're going to have competition. Because it's going to be Will Ospreay versus Kenny.
I don't see day one being a pay-per-view. I don't see why I would when you have Elimination Chamber and then you have Royal Rumble.
Because in fact, it's usually Royal Rumble, then Elimination Chamber, then Mania. That's how it usually goes. That's the sequence.
Right. So I guess we will have to.
We'll see, unless he pulls out a book out of Paul Heyman, a page out of Paul Heyman's book and does December to Dismember, although that's not child friendly. But I don't know.
It's not child friendly. You're hilarious.
December to Dismember? That's not a Christmas pay-per-view. You put
true.
the word dismember in there.
True. That's true.
Well, from right now,
this is not
right
AEW.
now, because we don't really know what's the next pay-per-view. So from what we are seeing and from what they're putting forth, the next pay-per-view might just be Royal Rumble. That's all we know for right now. So our next pay-per-view will probably be on the 28th, and they might focus on building storylines between the time. Might. Because from the schedules, the pay-per-view schedules I've seen and everything, I have not seen a day one. I've just seen straight to Royal Rumble. So maybe they're starting to put a lot of focus now on Royal Rumbles and doing more things with their side championships, such as United States and Intercontinental.
We'll see.
We will see.
But
So,
it's 11:07. We've already been on.
guys, we are done. We are finished. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is episode 12 of the Brotherhood of Wrestling podcast. Peace.
Peace.
Felt
Peace.
good doing a show, be on the show, and not actually leading the show. But